Hi everyone, and welcome to a brisk morning here at the Melbourne General Cemetery. I'm back here today to do a story on a man who was once a brevet general in the army during the American Civil War. He was a leader in the army, but turned out to be a bit of a scoundrel that ended tragically here in Australia. The whereabouts of his grave here at Melbourne is unknown, except that he is buried in the Church of England section in a common grave, which tells me that there is no marker. So I'll just be showing you around the cemetery while I tell you about this soldier. Benjamin Frank Heen was born in Lebanon County, Pennsylvania around 1841. He enlisted as a private into Company F of the 93rd Pennsylvania Infantry on October 12, 1861. He was promoted sergeant 16 days later on October 28, 1861, and then to first lieutenant in 1862. He was wounded at Salem Church in 1863, but returned to the regiment and received a promotion to captain in 1864, subsequently rising through the ranks to brevet general. Instead of dog tags, Heen had tattooed on his arm the American flag and his initials. Heen returned to Lebanon after the war and worked briefly as a salesman, before becoming more prominent in business and politics. He served as private secretary for millionaire Robert H. Coleman of the Cornwall and Lebanon Railroad for 4 years. At 10 p.m. on Tuesday, October 22, 1895, Heen received a telegram at the Lebanon Valley House and remarked to his friend and boarding house proprietor, "I must leave for Pittsburgh tonight on a matter of business that will keep me away for several days." An insurance case was settled the next week at the Lebanon court, and the judge ordered payment of $2,727, which Heen had deposited in the bank per his official duties. Two attorneys went to retrieve the money and discovered there was no money on deposit. Additional deficits of $2,774.50, $2,000, and $699.99 were quickly uncovered. It was also discovered that $1,960 he had in the bank was also missing. The lump sum taken by Heen eventually was reported at over $10,000. Heen subsequently fled to Australia. Now, on New Year's Day 1896, in the Melbourne suburb of St Kilda, a man enjoying a beachside walk noticed a body lying beside the road, a glittering object clasped in his right hand. Walking over, he found the man bleeding from the head, with a revolver in his hand. Authorities investigated and determined the victim had died by suicide. The revolver was loaded in 4 chambers and the 5th discharged. An American flag was tattooed on the deceased's right arm and B.F. Heen tattooed below. American and Australian officials eventually confirmed the victim as Benjamin Franklin Heen, a former officer in the 93rd Pennsylvania Infantry. Heen initially intended for the tattoo to identify his corpse should he fall in combat during the Civil War. His discovered identity would indeed bring closure to citizens in his hometown of Lebanon, Pennsylvania, but their opinion of Heen had already turned from hero to fraud. Heen was buried here in the Melbourne General Cemetery, and he is one of the highest ranking Civil War officers to be buried in Australia. Despite his downfall, this man was a high-ranking army veteran who served his country, so let's not forget that. There are some 100 American Civil War graves in Australia, with over 50 in Victoria and 12 at the Melbourne General Cemetery. So there's a little bit of America coming to Australia. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks once again to Barry Crompton for his time and knowledge on Civil War graves in Australia. Also thanks to my great buddy Steve, who keeps me company on my outings. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, leave me a comment, and that's about it. Bye for now.